Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey, and today these are the rainbow earrings that I will be making. Most of the components came from my most recent order from bbcraft.com. And if you have never been there or if it's been a while, I highly recommend checking out their website. They have such amazing, reasonable prices, and you can also use my code. That code is Casey10. Remember, I spelled my name just a little different. That's KASI10. And on top of their reasonable prices, that code will get you 10% off your entire order. So you really can't beat that. I definitely think you should go check it out. And if you would like to see how these earrings came about, then stay tuned. I'm going to start with the tools that I will be using. I have one set of round nose pliers. I have one set of cutters, one size 10 beading needle, one thread zap tube, and I will be using 8-pound Fireline in the color Smoke, which is this black color. And I always get the 125 yards because I go through it so quickly. And I want to briefly mention my tool set. It is the Casual Comfort tool set. And as the name suggests, these tools are incredibly comfortable to use. As you can see, a lot of times jewelry making tools will be made like this, just a little bit smaller. And these Casual Comfort tools just seem to be made for adult size hands. And you can see the grips are quite a bit larger as well. And at this point, I genuinely can't see myself using anything else. So I will have these tools linked below, along with everything else I use in the video that did not come from my BB Craft order. I will also link below the video I did for the opening of my order, and it will have a detailed description of everything that came in my order. The main thing that I'm using in this piece today, these 6mm Wad Dorn Faceted Rondelles. And as you can see, they are rainbow colored, which is what I'm highlighting today. And in the order, they came with the Rondelles and a matching set of Bicones in the exact same color. But for these, I'm only using the Rondelles. And for my own stash, I'm going to be using 11/0 seed beads and an ear wire. And I have already threaded my needle. I probably have about 4 feet of thread on my needle. And I have made one already. So we are going to make the matching one. So here's what it looks like. And you can see on the side the pattern of the seed beads. I think it turned out really, really cute. I like highlighting all the primary colors. So we are going to be making, again, the matching one. So I'm going to start by putting the Rondelles in the order of the rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, right there. I'll pull it all the way down to the end of the thread. And as you can see, I'm at the end of the thread here. I'm gonna go through all 7 of them again, just like that, and pull it through. And when you get to the end, I'm gonna pull it tight and then tie this end in a knot. So just like that, pull it pretty tight. And then one more time, over under, to make it a knot. I'm gonna use my cutters, cut off that tail. And then I'm gonna take my thread zap and go in there with that nub, push the button, and melt it down. So here's the starting point that we are going to build everything off of. So right now I'm coming off of the knot, so I'm just gonna go through the first rondelle and then pick up one 11/0, go through the next one, and do that all the way around. So one more, go through the next one. So just like that, all the way around. All right, so I have that last one going through, and this time as I go through, I'm also gonna go through the 11/0, the first one that I added. So I'm going through that rondelle and the 11/0. So there we have it. And now I'm coming out of the first 11-0 that we added, and I'm going to pick up 3 11-0s and go back through the 11-0 I'm coming out of, through the rondelle, through the next 11-0. And when you pull it tight, it should come up with a little kind of square or T shape like that. Pick up 3 more. Again, go back through that 11-0, through the rondelle, and through the next 11-0. And just like that, and you're going to do that all the way around. All right, so now I have the last 3, and I'm going to go through the last 11-0. And same thing, I'm still going to go through the rondelle and go through the next 11-0 that I started with there. And this is what we have now. So I've flipped it over, and I'm now coming out of that 11-0. I'm going to go up the 11-0 in that T or in that square, and then across the one at the top, right here. So I'm coming out the one at the top, and I'm going to pick up 4 11-0s and go through the next one at the top. And I'm going to do this all the way around. 4 more, go through the next one. And if there's a little bit of space right here, don't worry about it, it'll tighten up. And here I have my last 4 that I'm adding in between the top points. And if you can see, it's starting to kind of almost make a cup or like a bowl where it's coming up a little bit. So as I'm going into this next one, which is the one I started from, I'm going to go into that one through the 4 that I added, down to the following point. So I've kind of gone through the next 5 or 6. And you want to pull it snug. Like I said, you can kind of see it's kind of making a little cup. And I'm going to go around all of these 11-0s again to tighten it up. And each time I just go through as many as, my needle will let me, maybe 4, maybe 5, right? I'm starting here at this one in between the orange and the red. So I want to make sure I go all the way around. So when I get back to this point where I'm between the orange and the red, I've gone all the way around. I want to make sure I stop where this T is. So I'm going through the 11-0 at the start of this T, the top. And I'm going to pull this out. All right, so now here's what the front of it looks like. And then on the back, it's kind of a bowl, if you will. All right, so I'm coming out of the point of this T. I'm going to pick up 3 more. And I'm going to go through that same point again through to the next point of the T. Here, this time around, it matters which one you come out of because we're going to be connecting 3 more to each point. So I'm going to pull this through. So as you can see, it gives us kind of another T at that point, and we're going to add 1 to each point, working our way around. So I pick up 3 more, go back through that one at the point, back through to the next point in the T. They're going to stick out like that, and that's perfectly fine. And you're going to make your way all the way around. So now I have the last 3 that I'm adding. I'm coming out of the last point here. I'm going to go through that point, just like before, coming out of the next point. And now I have a set of 3 coming out of each one. So where I'm coming out of that 11-0, I'm going to go up one of the 3 that I added, just like that. And then I'm going to go out the top one. So I'm coming out of the point of this T. So here's where I'm at right now. For me, if you notice, on the one that I already have made, I put the color that's the same right next to each other. So you certainly don't have to do that. If you want the colors in order in a different way on the other side, you can. I just thought it looked good for me with the coordinating colors kind of right next to each other. So right here where I'm coming out of this T, The next color here is orange, and then you can see the order where I'm at. So that's the order that I want those on my needle. So go ahead and pick them all up like this. Like I said, the very next one is orange, which is that's why it's the first one that I picked up, and then I just put them all in the same order that they are on here. And I'm going to push them down, and with my needle, I'm going to go through all of them again, just like that, and pull it through. So then you can kind of place the circle in place where it is next to the T where it's connected. Like if I pull this out, you can see it's connected to that T right there. So I'm going to kind of set it there loosely for now and pull the string where it makes the circle kind of tight. It's a little awkward right now, and don't worry about that, it'll tighten up. And you may be thinking, why wouldn't you add one at a time in between? It doesn't fall the right way. So you need to add all 7 of them at this point, and then we'll connect each point. So right now, it's loosely sitting where it's supposed to go, and I'm coming out of this red one right here. So coming out of the red one, I'm going to go back through the 11-0 where it's connected and through the next rondelle, so through the orange one, and pull it through. And then kind of tighten it up. So now I'm coming out of the orange one. So I'm going to go through the next tip, the next point, and then through the next rondelle and tighten it, just like that. You see it's starting to fall into place. And then through the next tip that's sticking up, and then the next rondelle, pull it snug. And then when you go through the last one, the last tip, the last rondelle, just like that. And I'm going to pull it snug. And you can see the main part of the design is finished. And then it falls really nicely. Like I said, now it's snug in place with that 111-0 in between, just like the other side. Both sides should look the same now. And we're coming out of that last rondelle, or at least the one that we started with. Now, for me, I want my ear wire on this one to match the color on the other one. So I don't want it to be coming off the green on one and the red on the other. So I'll show you again. So if you see right here, I'm coming off of the orange, and I want the ear wire to come off the orange on this one so that the colors are similar, like this. Or they kind of fall in the same way. So right now I'm coming out of the red, and I need to make my way back to this center line. So I'm going to go through this 11-0 in the center, and I'm going to go back down this T. So I'm going to be going through the next 11-0 right there. So from this T, I'm going to go down through this line that's right on top of the orange, and I want to go into that center 2 where I'm coming out like that. So that way there's one 11-0 before the T on either side. So I want to be coming out of the center of this line, just like this. I'm going to pick up 6 11-0s. I'm going to go back through just the 2 that are in the center, directly between these 2 sets. So there's 2 in the center. I'm going to go through. And when I bring that through, it gives me a little loop at the top. And so now I'm going to make my way around this loop one more time to kind of secure it, and go back through the 2 that they're resting on, just like that, make it secure. And I don't necessarily want to put my knot right there where the loop is, so I'm going to go through into the next color. At this point, you can come out really any point to make the knot. I'm coming out right here in the next color, and I'm going to make the knot right here. So I'm going to go through the thread just like that, pull it till I get a loop, go through the loop, and pull it to make a knot. I'm going to go one more time, make it secure, Just like that, put it through till I get a loop. Go through the loop and pull it to make a knot. Use my cutters. I'm gonna get close with my thread zap, melt it down, just like that. And there it is. And you can see that design all the way around. So now we're quickly going to put on the ear wire, and again, I want to make sure that they're kind of falling the same way, so I want the ear wire going the same. And I'm going to go in with my round nose pliers, open it just a little bit, and put the ear wire through the little loop, and then close that ear wire back up. So here they are, and I'll set these up on my display so we can see them better. All right, so here they are, and I think they are so cute, so colorful. I love the colors of the rainbow, the big, bright, loud primary colors. I think they look so pretty. And of course, as you can see, I have one here sideways and one from the front, so you could see that beautiful design going around the side. And this is what it looks like, of course, from the front and the back. I think they came out so nice. And the pattern really was quite simple. It really kind of leads to just the big, bright, beautiful colors being the standout of these earrings. So once again, I highly recommend you checking out this website, bbcraft.com. They have just about anything you can imagine for the jewelry making hobby. But not only jewelry making, if you're into that and into other different types of crafts, they have many different crafting items on the website. I primarily use the jewelry making items because that's my primary craft, but the website is just amazing. And on top of their reasonable prices, you can use my code KC10, and that will get you 10% off of your entire order. So if you like this video, and you want to see other videos just like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.